Hey, how's it going? We are back today to talk about the One Piece chapter. It is your boy, Black by Nature, and I'm here with my brother, Nobunaga Dono. We are the Hashira podcast.
Yeah,
Today's going to be episode of the chapter review 1060, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, 1060.
1060.
And probably briefing up on some 1059 as well, since we
Yes,
missed out on that.
1059. Yes, we are going to brush up on 1059 as well.
I'd like to begin with a fact.
So let's talk about it. Let's do the brush up first.
59?
Yeah,
Man, where to begin? How did that chat? Oh yeah, so what? Marco was on Shanks's ship, and they left him wherever. That was real quick. They wanted him to join, but I guess he was like, "Yo, my time's up, and I just got to go do my own thing." He's pretty much like turning into like the next Rayleigh, in a way. Like he's just going to chill, pretty much.
But I would say honestly, the reason why I feel like he's not really bent on joining is because if Weevil is actually looking to go to that island, and I believe he wants Whitebeard's weapon. So Marco is actually protecting it from from Weevil. So I feel like that's what his focus is. That's why he really don't want to join anyone right now, because he knows Weevil is coming to get Blackbeard's weapon.
Is he though? Because remember, he was a warlord, so he wants
to. Weevil wants to go to that island. Yeah, and like, why would he want to go there? I would assume that that's what he wants. So
to get his quote unquote dad's treasure, no?
Right? Is that really his pops though?
That's BS to me, bro. This guy was a father to so many people except for his own son, like his own real son.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just
how
weird.
funny is that?
Goku Part 2. But anyway,
so
the main parts of the chapter, like let's talk about Blackbeard.
Just the main points. Okay, yeah.
Yes, let's talk about Blackbeard appearing to take Boa Hancock's devil fruit.
So we guessed so many times where he was going, and it was actually, I would have never guessed it was to her island. So he says that he wanted her ability, and he couldn't let it fall into the wrong hands. But then she comes back and says, like, "Yo, it doesn't matter even if you take it from me, because you're too ugly to use it, pretty much." So
it's based off of her beauty. That's why like her devil fruit, and it's honestly made for her.
Yeah, pretty much. She's well suited for that. But on top of that, they displayed his new bounty, which is 3.996 billion.
Yep.
And she was what, 1.9?
1.9. Was it 1.9? 1.6. I think she's higher than Zoro.
1.6.
She's higher than Zoro.
1.6 billion. And I stopped to think about her bounty. I was like, yeah, yeah, she deserves that for sure.
At this point, everyone, Crocodile, Boa. The only person that I'm surprised who bounty wasn't over a million, who just got revealed that we'll talk about, is Julie Bonnie. She's probably the only one.
Honestly, I thought she was trash, but then I really read up on her devil fruit. I was like, yo, she's actually really OP.
Yes.
That's her sick ability. I thought it was just her, but she can actually, and I totally forgot that she did it that way. I think she did it in Sabari. She aged the Marines or something like that. But, that's crazy. Anyways, so I was like, all right, she's pretty deserving of that bounty. And now you see, like, she talked about her ability, like she's actually pretty beast.
Yes.
I give her a lot of credit right now, because
mind you, just off her explaining how, like, her ability, how it really works, and it's just like, wow.
And then she uses the slave arrow, and it's like she clears everybody except for Blackbeard and Kobe, like every single person. And I'm just like, that was just one move at one single time, and everybody's stoned. And it's like, if you kill her, they'll never come back. If she does, like, she has to
even
be
if you
the
even
one
if you
to
give
undo
the devil for the ability to someone else, like they
to
still
someone
can't
else.
petrify them. Right.
Yeah, you can't undo it. So I was like, yo, this chick is, she's up there for real.
Now, like I had told you before about, Blackbeard wanting her devil fruit. Now that, say Blackbeard does take her ability, like he's going to be able to change the properties of that ability versus it being, but instead of it being, you have to have some type of affection for that person, then you be petrified. Like he might change the properties to where if you're scared of that person, or if you have any type of fear of that person, then you'll be petrified. So,
but Blackbeard,
that could be a little twist to it.
I think Blackbeard knew that she could have turned him to stone as well, because he said, like, I don't think there's anybody out there that could, I guess, not fall for your charm or something like that.
Luffy's the only one.
That's because he's just stupid. He's just so stupid that it doesn't work.
Word.
So, other than that, obviously he did not do it because Rayleigh ends up popping up, stopping him. Luckily, he's scared off Blackbeard, because if they had really fought, Rayleigh said that he doesn't think that he could have beat him.
You don't think he would? Yeah.
Only because of age. Only because of age. Because he's too old.
He's too old. Yeah, he said he's too old. Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I guess he really wasn't looking for that fight, but I guess they lucked out, and Blackbeard ran. I'm not gonna say ran off. He left. And
he took.
What
Kobe.
else happened?
He took Kobe.
He took Kobe. Oh yeah, they say they kidnapped Kobe, but I mean, I'm not even sure what for. Like, I think to me, Kobe is.
Nah, the reason why they say that he took Kobe is because Aokiji said to go get him.
Oh.
Yeah, Aokiji said to go get Kobe. That's why.
Dang, I totally forgot this guy was on the crew.
I completely forgot as well. I definitely completely forgot as well. Facts.
But Kobe, of all people, I don't know. Like,
remember what Blackbeard said when he thanked Kobe? He was like, "Yo, thank you for the
your hero. You helped.
Yeah, so
you helped me oust somebody so I can take over that island. That
right? So it's like, now I want to know, like, what. So honestly, I think, like, the journey back to Blackbeard's base, Blackbeard is going to talk about what Kobe did. That helped him take over the base.
Although I don't see that happening anytime soon, but. I don't know. I just don't care for Kobe as a character. He just always sucked to me. I don't care what type of power or ability the dude has. He's just like a CP9 type member, and that's about it to me. He probably does have some level of hockey, but it's nothing to be like, oh shit, this dude's great. Also, the Seraphim popped up. That's, you see why they got rid of the Warlords, because Vegapunk was able to create these Seraphims, and now these are obviously super strong.
Now let's talk about that. They're a mixture of 3 to 4 things. Lunarians, which was King, that was Kaido's first, with the black, with the white hair, black skin, the wings, and the flame on the back. Then you had one that looked like Mihawk, and you had the other one that looked like Boa Hancock. Now, as we know that back in the days, Boa Hancock and her 2 sisters were slaves. That's why she got the scar on her back. So maybe that they were being experimented on. That's why one of them looked like her. Then the other one, I'm gonna say Mihawk was experimented on as well, because they have the similarities with the eyes and everything, with the swordsmanship as well.
I'm also thinking that maybe as a warlord, there is like some type of stipulations for you to become a warlord. Like maybe you had to give something up, or do some type of testing or something like that, in order to become a warlord. I don't know, because then that actually opens up a lot of possibilities.
You probably could be onto something, because maybe all those new pacifistas that they made looks like all the previous warlords. Law, for Crocodile, the Flamingo. That'll be OD. That'll be OD.
That would be funny, because
what if he even replicated their devil fruits? Because he replicated Kaido's back in was it Punk Hazard? What if he was able to replicate, not to the full extent, but in some type of manner.
This is just like, there's so many things that go into Vegapunk right now, man. The dude,
Yeah,
they need to actually like show who this guy is, because there's so much that he has done, and he's influenced so much already.
That is true.
If he did replicate it, that's crazy. But at the same time, it's just like, why wouldn't she, the mini Boa, have used her ability if
True. So, well, that's just an ideal out there. Just
right. Yeah, no, it's possible. I guess, yeah, it's not impossible, but I know she just had the Kizaru beams, the whatever that the PX were using.
Right,
PX9s or whatever. And I don't know. We'll just wait to see what other kind of Seraphims pop up. But apparently, Blackbird was pretty scared of the one already. He seemed like he was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Well, of course, Blackbeard has some type of knowledge of Lunarians, because once he was like, "Oh, black skin, white hair, wings." He was like, "Oh." So now, when you got Blackbeard making that face, it's like, he got to know something is up.
Yeah. Well, what he saw was a PX, so he was like, "Oh shit!" And then when it finally clashed with him, he was forced to use his ability.
The black hole. Yep.
Yeah, because he just could not stop that attack like head on, really. And yeah, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing that that's going to be going on at some point, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more of those. And those things are actually shown to be super strong, because the one just took out pretty much everybody that they were fighting right there on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And even Blackbird was surprised, like, yo,
he just chopped that the mountain.
Yeah, mini Mihawk, yeah, for real,
effortlessly.
Well, I think that was it for that chapter. Right at the end, obviously that was Kobe that got kidnapped.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how that ended.
Right.
But no, moving on into the next chapter. That was today's chapter. That was 1060. It started off okay, Luffy. Well, no. So they're on the ship or whatever, talking, and the one thing that upset me was Robin is telling Luffy all these events, and he's so caught up on just the Sabo thing, because he just found out that Sabo allegedly killed Cobra or whatever.
Cobra.
So he's like, yeah, he wouldn't do that, whatever. Then they have this. I guess Zoro kind of puts his 2 cents in. He kind of just like, yo, you guys need to chill out, because you should be, or to pretty much to Luffy, tell him like, yo, you let Ace do what he was doing, and you should allow Sabo to do what he was doing, because you kind of put your trust in him as your brother.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep.
Right.
Well, I could understand why Luffy was acted out like that, because he done lost Ace already, so he just has Sabo left. So, from an emotional standpoint, I get it. But then again, like, you are, Yampo level now. You are the head of a major Grand Fleet. So it's not something where you could just lose your head that easy. You understand? So you got to hold your composure.
Yeah. But I think Luffy's always going to be Luffy till the end of time. He's always going to be that kind of young at heart person, but you still see some maturity in him, but he's still going to be that kid on the inside.
True.
They kind of showed that in this chapter as well. But I was upset because he told Robin that he did not want to hear anymore, and she was ready to tell him all the shit that was going on. And I bet she would have said something about the recent incident with Hancock and all that stuff too. And I would have loved to see Luffy's reaction to Kobe being kidnapped, the Blackbeard showing up there, and all the other stuff. But
true.
Obviously, he did not want to hear it, and that kind of left all the information out, being I guess shown to him.
And it was kind of funny, like when Robin was about to say something about Buggy, because they were saying like the warlord systems got abolished, and then that's how the cross guild was formed. And once he said Buggy, like Luffy was like, what did he say? Something like he said. I can't remember what he said, but it was something funny that he said once he heard Buggy's name, because he's still irritated that Buggy is young level, and he doesn't really think that and I think
the funny thing is when everybody was talking shit to Zoro, like they called him Green Mom and a few other things. and then like Zoro kind of lashed. The last thing that's said right there is Zoro lashing out at Sanji, and he calls him the fourth. Like that shit is gonna kill.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, word. That is true.
But I guess what happened right after that?
I think that's when Sabo was making the call out to
to Kamabaka, whatever, to Dragon, pretty much.
Yeah, he made the call.
But before that, no,
right,
it's the. I think it went to the Gorosei, right?
Yeah, that's when they found out that Sabo was the one that all of that whole everything intertwined. Sabo was making the call, and then it went over to the girl to saying like, oh, he's here at this island, and then
so their investigative team or whatever you want to call it intercepted that line. And they were shocked that Sabo did not use a white transponder snail to, I guess,
to make the call.
Right, so that they would not be able to, I guess,
pinpoint where
hear in on their conversation.
Right.
That too. So I guess Sabo allowed that to happen.
Exactly. So just to see like what the government is going to do if he unveils that information, what he's seeing. So now that he's seen that, what the government is going to do if he tries to tell, because that's instant, like you're done instantly, like you're instantly. So, and even like to backtrack real quick. The whole thing that happened with Cobra, and so the whole thing that happened with Cobra, now they're the same. Vivri went missing. So my thing is that Sabo, and when Sabo was explaining that he's seen someone on the throne. So the person that was on the throne was the one that really killed Cobra, and being that Sabo seeing it, he was the one that basically rescued Vivi and took her to wherever he's at. That's why they're assuming that she's missing as well. When ultimately she's not really missing, she's just with him, and they're just trying to frame Sabo for him doing that.
Sure, so, the world government doesn't want to seem like they're pieces of shit.
Exactly. So I feel like Sabo is just taking he's being real cautious about this, because this is delicate information that once it needs to get out, but he just has to slowly make his way to Dragon. And he just want to see how the Marines is going to react with him knowing this information. So I feel like he just jumped to their number one gotta die list.
Yeah, I mean, he is the right-hand man to the world's most wanted man. And yeah, obviously they framed him, it seems like, and it's just there's got to be more to him because they threw that out there like, oh wow, he actually allowed them to listen in on it.
Exactly.
So there's more to that.
Sabo's way smarter than that. Way smarter.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Absolutely.
So it's just like. No, their whole organization is about, I would think, like espionage type deals and, just breaking everything down from the inside out. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm sure he's smarter than that. It's just weird that they threw that out there. So there's some other underlying, reason why he allowed that to happen that they haven't really shown yet. So, in the middle of the conversation, which is crazy because the one whatever world leader, he was like, this is fate because he's actually on an island that just rebelled against us. So they pretty much just said, all right, scratch that. Scratch all the information we just got. Act like nothing. They pretty much just said, act like nothing even happened. Like this never happened. And then boom, something from the sky just comes in and just it tears the whole place up like it never even existed. Like it just disintegrated the whole place.
Yeah, listen, we got to talk about that because that has to be an ancient weapon. Has to be because it pinpointed where he was at instantly. It's not like it took a couple of days.
That's sick,
it pinpointed where he was at instantly, and that massive power that it took, it disintegrated the whole island, bro. Like it didn't not the whole thing.
No, it was literally the whole thing in a second. So I kind of saw a spoiler of that panel earlier this week, and I was actually pretty hyped because I thought like Enel was coming back into the manga, but I don't really think that's the case now because it was all planned by the Gorosei, and obviously the person that was sitting on the throne way back in the Reverie when we read that at that time was that Im-sama guy, whatever Imu or Im-sama.
Yeah.
So maybe that's his ability or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it is because they did show someone's face that was like blacked out and it just showed the eyes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's that person's ability, which is probably him. I'm not, and I think that's exactly what he looked like too when they showed him. I would really have to go back and check. That's probably what his eye pattern looked like. So, other than that, it's just like I know Sabo can't be dead. That cannot be the end of Sabo. And they pretty much just kind of just brushed it on the rug, thinking that they killed Sabo. I mean, and that it just shows what kind of lengths these guys will go to preserve all their secrets. Like they do not want nothing to even slip.
Because mind you, they with them displaying that type of power to like instantly kill any type of island, they could have done off Wano.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you think about that, like they could have done that in so many places already.
So many places.
If they already know like where his signal went to, which they stated they know it was Kama Baka Kingdom. I'm actually kind of surprised that they don't just go ahead and do the same there. So
that's
a little weird.
That is true. Right. So it's very, like, why don't you just go do that and just end it, or try to end it, do something.
Right.
So
I feel like that could have already happened.
Yeah, I think it's that ancient weapon. All right. Uranus or whatever that thing is, because it's Pluton.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's Pluton. Poseidon and Uranus, or however you want to pronounce it. And I feel like it's that's the one that they have, because like if you've seen the little silhouette in the sky, the whole weather and everything changed, and it's like Now, okay, question. Just walk with me now, 'cause I was just thinking about something. Now, when the whatever it was came down to destroy the island, the waters and everything started going crazy, right? Like everywhere started going crazy. Now, do you think that has something to do with the moon? Because they're saying that the moon controls the tides of the ocean.
No, not necessarily. I just think it was the impact, like that type of power that they showed or used was just so. The impact of that was just so devastating that probably just created. I don't know.
I think you might be onto, like me say. I think you might be onto something with that NL thing.
I'm always hoping and waiting for this dude to come back into the story. So I just really thought by that, because, like I said, way back in Skypiea, when Enel used his ability, he had something. It's so similar to his ability, what he was doing. So I was like, "Yo, this, the character's actually finally back." And then now it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it. Based off of the context of what the Gorosei was saying, like, yo, this is fate, unless this man is working for the world government, which sounds kind of crazy because he had a god complex, and I don't think he would have worked under anyone to begin with. So, but if just by some weird chance that is the thing, then I mean, I'm not gonna say I'd be happy about it, but I'd be happy to see him back into the story.
That is true.
I think it's a long shot, though. I don't think he's probably not anytime soon, or maybe never. Who knows? Right. But I would say, yeah, after they disintegrated the island,
that's
obviously
they transitioned to Luffy. And okay, now where was she? She was trapped in a sphere in the water, or
yeah. It was some type of like. So we're talking about Jewelry Bonnie. They came across some type of like orb or something like that looked like it was in the sea or whatever. And Luffy whatever said he saw somebody. Zoro cut it in half, and then here comes Jewelry Bonnie flying out of it, and they're gonna save her. For one, I know the most recent time I think that you've seen her, she was at the Reverie, right?
Yes.
She was a old lady at the Reverie, and she was
Correct.
doing something, I guess, to help with Kuma or something along those lines.
Correct.
So, I'm pretty sure that's how the information is going to get back to Luffy and the Straw Hats is because of her. She knows everything that happened at the Reverie with whatever, Dragon and all these other guys with Sabo and all that stuff too. So she's going to confirm that Sabo did not. Maybe she's going to confirm that Sabo did not kill Cobra. Maybe she saw something, and the story can continue from there. So this may lead into a revolutionary arc like type deal or something like that. It's just based off of this. Because he was willing to backtrack. This idiot was trying to go back to Alabasta. He was trying to go do all this other stuff, and they're like, "Yo," Zoro's like, "No, it's stupid right now."
Like, yeah, she's not gonna be there. Like, why would we go there?
And that's the thing. Like, within the past few chapters, did they really say exactly where they were going?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying too. So I think it's still undecided. Obviously, they're on the water, but I think it's like still up in the air exactly where they're gonna go. So maybe from her talking to them and letting them know what's going on, you never know. This might be the whole, Luffy Dragon type deal, like where they reunite.
Oh.
And I mean, they're gonna have to meet, and they're gonna have to have their arc at some point in time. And I think
that is true. That is true.
This might lead into a whole nother like world government type arc where they're, this is where they're gonna like go after the world government, Dragon and Luffy and all of them, and obviously with Sabo being whatever just happened to him, and him finding out, maybe Luffy finds out exactly what happened, because I'm just like trying to think ahead, like these events, like Bonnie tells Luffy what happened, so he goes to find his dad, talk to his dad, then he find out what happens to Sabo. And if they think Sabo is dead, then you already know Luffy's about to go in. Like,
yeah, but
he's definitely about to pull up.
I think that's kind of deterring him from, finding the last low poneglyph. Oh, now
but they don't.
They don't know. Now,
Robin said she doesn't even know where the last poneglyph is at. So what if the Marines have it?
I don't know. But remember, the backtrack real quick. Remember what Luffy said? What his dream was, that it got cut off.
Yeah, they didn't even say what his dream was. But he has to be Pirate King in order for his dream to be
come true, right?
Obtainable. So, regardless of whatever that is, I feel like this is a great way to get into the revolutionary arc right now. Obviously, everybody thought, this is going to be the Elbaf arc and all that, whatever, all the giants or whatever.
But whatever.
Yeah, there's still so much more, and I think this is like the greatest way, especially with these events that just happened, for them to get into the revolutionary arc. I couldn't see, a really better way, especially with Bonnie coming in with the information that she has. She has information on Blackbeard for sure, because remember, he captured her and left her for a Kainu. So that means that she was on the ship with a Kainu and all these other dudes, and obviously she escaped somehow. And then she was at the Reverie.
Yeah, true.
Then she was at the Reverie, she dealt with Kuma, she saw the revolutionaries, and it's like, she probably saw a lot of stuff that happened, because, they fought pretty much, 2 admirals or whatever, and whatever happened. So she probably did see all that stuff, and she has all the information now to tell these guys. So I was probably going to convince Luffy, like, we need to do something about this, or, it's probably just going to sway him real easily. I would hope. That would be cool, though. I think that's the best way for Luffy to finally meet his dad. And then we finally get to see this man's abilities. Like,
word.
Oh, man. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's still a lot. Even though they're saying like One Piece this is in its final arc, there's still a lot to uncover with, and then mind you, we still don't know who Vegapunk is. Like, mind you, all of that stuff that you said that that is gonna happen, that has to get uncovered and everything. We still don't know who Vegapunk is. We still don't know anything about him.
He's gonna pop up at the right time, and then I feel like the one person that's gonna find the biggest opportunity out of seeing that man is obviously Frankie, and he's just gonna have the next level upgrade. That's gonna be like his moment to have a next level upgrade.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. What is Frankie's main goal? Frankie's main goal is to build the best ship, right? the best, the best ship. That's what his
Yeah,
dream to build.
yeah.
So, do you think he is going to basically become the next ship? Like, he meets Vegapunk and makes that happen.
Frankie's a ship? That's crazy. I'm not saying that's not a thing, because that would be crazy if he is the ship himself.
Right.
I always just thought that they were actually going to go and get the thing from Wano. I always felt like they were going to dismantle that and incorporate that into their ship, but who knows? I don't know. That would be funny though if he's actually the ship. Yeah. I would think his technology mixed with Vegapunk's would put him on a whole nother level, and that would just be like his final major upgrade. That would be cool.
Absolutely would. Absolutely would. So as far as like, what were you just gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, on top of that, you already know, like, Robin has ties with the Revolutionaries because that's who she was with, right? It was Robin. During the time skip or whatever, when they were like training, I think she was with Dragon and all that stuff.
I don't think she was with the Dragon. She was with I think it was like Koala.
Koala.
It's Koala. That's her name. I didn't know that. But,
yeah, I thought it was. I'm pretty sure she met Dragon and all these other dudes. I would have to go back. But
you think so? And think? Well, then again, Dragon doesn't. He doesn't really care about the poneglyphs.
Right, but I think they're gonna just stumble upon it, and now I'm starting to think, because she says that she doesn't know where it's at, or they don't know where it's at. I would think that maybe if they were to do what they were gonna do, because this might turn into a Save Sabo arc. You don't know.
I'm not gonna say arc, whatever. It might be like something, real quick,
or maybe he just might pop up and be like, "Yo, this is what's going on." Because I guess theoretically he can fly, right? Because he has the fire ability, so he can get the hell up out of there.
Right. So, but who? Okay. So who would Luffy save? Kobe or Sabo?
Well, he doesn't know about Kobe yet. And
right. I feel, but then again, I feel like it's too soon for Luffy to run into Blackbeard. I feel like it's too soon.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's why I'm more so thinking like he's gonna have to do some world government shit, and maybe this might be his fight against Akainu, because I don't know if you believe, but a lot of people seem to believe that final end boss is gonna be Blackbeard. So he's gonna have to deal with Akainu and the rest of these clowns at some other point too. And I would think once he meets up with his dad or whatever, that's what they're gonna go do. They're gonna try to really tear down the world government, and something's gonna happen. I mean, the secrets of that large straw hat, the secrets of Eam, whatever, and that would be the perfect opportunity for all the secrets of the world of the Gorosei to come out. Like I stated before, the Void Century, all that stuff, all the information that they're withholding, I would say that would be the best time to come out, and they might stumble upon the poneglyph that way. Who knows?
True.
Yeah, there's a lot to be uncovered right there.
True. So, as far as like, even though we did a brief, a brief segue of the 1059, what rating would you give, both of these chapters?
59. I liked 59 more than this chapter 60. Only because I love seeing Blackbeard.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Rayleigh comes through. That was pretty dope. I would give 59. I remember reading it and I was like, yo, Blackbeard, really? And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, somebody else pops up. It's like Rayleigh. I'm like, holy shit. I'd give it an 8. A good 8. Solid 8. Today's chapter, probably 7. Could probably even... No, I would give it a 7. Probably a 7. Maybe 6.5. But yeah, 7's good for me.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. 7 7 for this chapter, 8 for last chapter. Yeah, like I said, only because that Blackberry reveal was. But honestly, that was major. I wasn't expecting it, and you know the whole, and like just him displaying his power, bro. Him displaying his power, like in that chapter, and like his power and like him as a character.
His personality.
Right now. Matter of fact, I don't trust you. I'm gonna kill you right now. Like, you know,
not just kill her, not just kill her, but by killing her, he's killing off his crew. Like he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that too.
Remember, the rest of his crew was. I wouldn't say all of them, but the looks like the 2 that he brought with him was Katarina. I don't know if that one dude's name.
Somebody I never heard. Somebody I never heard.
Is that Vasco? Vasco shot.
Yes.
That might be Vasco. I forget all those dudes' names, but like they have like Pizarro, Vasco.
I just know Shiryu, Burgess, and Katarina.
Right, Vasco shot, and then that might be. I just know the dudes. Like the one dude has like he has the horns. The other dude has the sickness disease. Then he has the really big dude. Anyways, that guy, whatever. Yeah, they were both turned to stone, and he didn't mind.
Yeah, by killing her, he was willing.
He didn't mind losing a mythical Zoan user, which was the Nine Tails.
Because he would have just took it and gave it to somebody else. Simple.
Yeah, that dude's he's a wild man. Yeah. This goes to show, like, it doesn't matter who you are, Blackbeard will kill you. So, but yeah, that was a 8 and today's chapter was a good 7. Had good information to it though, and it was pretty revealing for what some people's capabilities are, especially the world government. I didn't think the Gorosei were really capable of doing shit like that, but hey, man, that dude said one word and it seemed like, hey, gone in a second. So
that's true. I'm
actually curious to see what they plan on doing with that power next, and more revealing stuff for Im-sama. And the fact that they're showing Dragon, you know, he's coming up a little bit more often. That's why I feel like they might be moving into the whole revolutionary arc, man. Because they just showed him it was like maybe a few chapters ago. He was in like a panel or two. So yeah, we'll see, man, for sure.
All right, well, guys, that's going to wrap things up today. That's our review of Chapter 1059 and 1060. Let us know in the comment section below, what ratings do you give this chapter? Please, again, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. It's going to help us out a lot. We appreciate you guys. And until next week, peace.